Listen closely for just a second. You can almost hear it, right? That subtle, relentless ticking of a clock, completely layered over the heavy sound of city rain. Let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking an incredible cinematic narrative, a story that's this profound study of time, choice, and consequence. It's called The Boy Who Bought Time. And look, this isn't just your standard tale. It's a meticulously crafted emotional mystery, packed with breathtaking visual realism. So settle in and let's explore exactly how one single hour can alter the entire course of a lifetime. Okay, let's dive into this hook. Picture an ultra-realistic, rainy city street right at the dead of night. We're talking glowing neon reflections bleeding into the wet pavement, thick fog rolling through the alleyways, and the low rumble of thunder. Sitting right there in the middle of this dramatic, cinematic atmosphere is a mysterious old man, waiting patiently beside a small wooden table with an ancient clock. It's the perfect, eerie setup for a transaction that absolutely defies reality. I mean, naturally, no one believed the guy. Until this one teenage boy finally stops. He's walking slowly through the heavy rain, pulling this old, worn hoodie tight over his head. You can see it in his face. He is just completely exhausted, weathered by circumstance, and his wallet is completely empty. The scene is bathed in this cold, blue glow that perfectly captures how isolated he feels. He pauses, he looks at the old man, and the old man simply smiles. And the scale of this transaction, it's staggering. Just one single shiny dollar. Think about that for a second. It represents absolutely everything this boy has left to his name. And yet, it's an incredibly insignificant price for the cosmic impossibility he's about to buy. The visual contrast here between a totally mundane dollar bill and the ancient magic of time is just stark. So the old, wrinkled man leans in and whispers, "You'll receive 1 extra hour tomorrow. Use it wisely." He hands the teenager a glowing, antique pocket watch. And the second it changes hands, the scene just elevates into pure fantasy. Magical golden particles start floating in the air. The rain around them literally freezes in midair for a split second. The world spins around the clock and then boom, absolute black. The only thing left is the sound of that clock ticking, growing louder and louder. Fast forward to the next morning, and honestly, it looks just like any of ours. Waking up in a cozy bedroom filled with warm sunlight, going to school, walking down the hallway with friends laughing around him. It is a portrait of complete, utter normalcy. We've transitioned straight from dark, magical realism into bright, everyday life. If you're watching this unfold, you're constantly looking for the catch, right? But absolutely nothing strange is happening yet. It's just a normal day. But as the day goes on, you can feel the tension quietly ratcheting up in the background. The clock is ticking down to exactly 5 p.m. Pay very, very close attention to what happens at exactly this moment, because reality, as this boy knows it, is about to be violently pulled out from under him. 5 o'clock hits, and a massive visual time ripple just explodes outward. Everything freezes. The entire world is plunged into this epic, mysterious silence. The boy looks around, realizing the whole city is locked perfectly in place. It creates this absolutely breathtaking atmosphere where time simply no longer exists. He suddenly finds himself in this bizarre, beautiful reality. He's moving freely, totally aware of his surroundings, while the rest of the world is basically trapped in amber. Birds are stopped dead in the sky, falling water from a fountain is suspended like glass, cars are just frozen mid-movement. We get this incredible cinematic shot of him walking alone through a paused universe, with floating leaves caught forever in the golden light of the sunset. Wandering through this silent city, he eventually walks into a hospital emergency room. The space is filled with dramatic, chilling lighting. The doctors are standing perfectly still, trapped mid-stride. The medical machines are completely dead and silent. But then, breaking through the eerie quiet, he hears a sound. A baby crying. He follows the noise and finds a newborn beside an unconscious mother. Out of everything in the entire world, only that baby is moving. As he steps closer, bathed in this glowing, warm sunlight shining through the hospital window, he realizes what's wrong. He notices a vital medical machine, the mother's life support, has somehow gotten unplugged. Stepping fully into his borrowed time, he reaches out and reconnects it. In the total silence of that frozen hospital, imagine the sudden rhythmic thud of a heartbeat monitor springing to life. It is an incredibly powerful, deeply emotional moment. And just like that, the purchase time expires. The 1 extra hour ends. The ripple effect hits again, and the entire hospital violently jolts back to life. Doctors are rushing frantically, alarms are chiming, the natural chaos of the ER resumes. And the baby's life, along with the mother's, is saved. The medical staff are completely bewildered. Nobody knows exactly how or why that machine was reconnected. Only the boy knows the secret of that silent hour. So we fast forward years later. The boy actually became the doctor, who saved thousands. We see him now as a highly successful adult, standing under a gorgeous golden sunset. He's smiling, looking down at his hand. And what is he holding? That exact same antique pocket watch. That single hour, bought with his last shiny dollar, didn't just save a life that day. It gave him a purpose that shaped his entire destiny. But here's the thing. The story doesn't end there. Now a grown man, the doctor makes a journey back. He visits the exact same street where the whole thing began. We are thrust right back into that dark, suspenseful mystery. The glowing neon reflections, the wet pavement, the falling rain. The suspense builds heavily as he walks down that familiar alleyway. As he approaches, the contrast is actually really chilling. The doctor is now visibly aged by the years, successful but older, yet sitting right there by the wooden table in the rain is the old man. He is exactly the same, not a single day older, completely untouched by the decades that have passed for literally everyone else. The old man looks up at the successful doctor, smiles that exact same mysterious smile from all those years ago, and asks, "Would you like another hour?" And just like that, the world plunges back into darkness. All that's left in the void is the constant, relentless ticking of the clock. Which brings us to the end of our explainer. It's wild to think about, right? The average human lives for about 700,000 hours, yet we rarely ever think about the immense power of just a single one. So if the world stopped and time was yours alone to mold, how would you spend 1 extra hour? Take a second to really think about that as the ticking clock slowly fades away. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.